Hello world, welcome to episode of Complaining. So when I get this is a thing that I've been doing for a while, but every time when I get recommended a bunch of things that I don't want to see anymore, if I make a video complaining about it, I don't have to see it. This worked on everything, and so far I'm going to use it again because on every social media place that I go to, I'm getting recommended all these videos about people talking about Gen Alpha not being able to read. Gen Alpha can't read, that generic slop, and I'm sick and tired of seeing this. So let me answer you this question. If you want to know why people in this generation can't read, it's actually very simple. So the thing that everyone can agree with is that literacy rates are bad. Oh my lord, people have terrible literacy rates. No one can read. Okay, we heard people talk about that, and that's the thing we can understand. That in most Western societies, people of all ages, teenagers and adults can't read, right? We can accept that. So if those people, if the adults in these children's life are unable to read, crazy that I'm talking about reading, I just had a crazy stutter. So if the adults in these children's life are unable to read, who's going to teach the younger people how to read? Let me answer that question. Literally no one. That's the reason why the literacy rates are so low. Boom. Who would have saw that coming? If the people that they are surrounded, the adults and the people they look up to can barely read, they're not going to be able to. It's that simple. Problem solved. It's not that complicated. But you're never going to hear anyone say that because the whole point of any of these complaint videos, not just the Gen Alpha one, is that these people, they don't want to fix any problems. They just want to complain about stuff, which is fine. Healthy complaining is okay. But this constant complaint cycle, they just want to stay in this nihilistic cycle 24/7, constantly complain and never do anything. This is the main reason why I always say, look at the topics that these people, that these YouTubers and people who watch this bring up. They always bring up these abstract problems that most people are unable to do anything. Let's use the Gen Alpha not being able to read thing. That's a perfect example. This is the thing that most people who are watching these videos can't fix. They rather, one, don't know anyone from Gen Alpha or talk to them consistently, so they can't help out or fix the problem, so they can constantly keep on complaining about it. And even if they do know someone in Gen Alpha, like they have a younger sibling, or they're just in an area where they are around them consistently, and they still wouldn't do anything to help them because now they can make up another excuse saying that, well, it's actually the parents' responsibility, or it's actually just insert reason why I am not going to help this problem. Henceforth, it is perfect for people to complain about it over and over again and say it's terrible, even though it's not going to do anything. And even though this problem is partly their fault, because again, people from older generations are unable to read. So of course, you're not going to be able to teach the younger generation how to read. People push anti-intellectualism. Yes, I know, another actual important word that got turned to a funny internet buzzword that's usually said by people who can't read, because people only bring stuff like this up when they want to defend trash. But I guess that's what it is. Most people are literally unable to connect dots, which literally isn't their fault. Society literally trains you to think everything works inside of a vacuum and it's its own contained problems, because the second you start connecting things, you actually start fixing problems, and no one wants that. But yeah, I'm sick of these videos. I'm sick and tired of these videos. That's the reason why you people can't read, so you're not going to be able to teach younger people how to read. So maybe before y'all complain about younger people not being able to read, maybe you should learn how to read. But you're not going to do that though. You're going to, yeah, whatever. Anyway, that's it. Goodbye.